Hey guys, welcome back to Caden's Corner. The Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa have shocked the league starting 3-0. In week 1, they handled the Patriots, and in week 2, overcame a 21-point second-half deficit against the Ravens, and in week 3, defeated the Super Bowl favorites and division rival Buffalo Bills. The Dolphins being one of the two teams that remain undefeated and at the top of their division is a surprise to most. Coming into this season, there were a lot of question marks about this team, the most prominent one being with their quarterback. Through 3 weeks, Tua is second in the NFL in passing yards, third in touchdowns, and fourth in completion percentage. Another major question with Tua was his arm strength and underthrowing two of the fastest guys in the league, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. So far, he is tied for the most completions of 30-plus yards with 7 and tied for the most completions of 40-plus yards with 5. A major part of Tua's success this year has been from new head coach Mike McDaniel. He has been one of the most creative play callers in the NFL. Another huge part of Tua's success this season has been from the addition of the most dynamic offensive weapon in the league, Tyreek Hill. Tua so far is fully taking advantage of the additions from this offseason and is having the best season of his career. Let's hop on the film and see where Tua has been thriving this season. Let's start in week 3, where Tua was knocked out late in the first half with an injury but came back for the second half. The biggest flaw with Tua is his lack of arm strength. Obviously, this is a major concern for quarterbacks in the NFL. Tua does a great job of being accurate and on time with his throws. Most quarterbacks, when driving footballs into tight windows, take a second longer to get it out. But Tua relies on his anticipation to level the playing field in a sense. This was the first drive of the game for the Dolphins. The running back motions out of the backfield, causing the linebackers to shift, giving away that they are in man. Tua does a good job of pre-snap, knowing that the Bills are bracketing Tyreek with Milano in the safety. On 3rd and 14, Tua glances at Tyreek to freeze the safety, allowing him to drive this football over the corner. He executes this whole shot throw perfectly, but his receiver drops the pass. A lot of people were clowning Tyreek, including myself, when he said that Tua was the most accurate QB in the league. But he might be right, and it's plays like this that back him up. The Dolphins are going to run a play action. The linebackers respect the run, so they take a few steps forward, allowing for the middle of the field to be wide open. Tua slings it on time to Waddle over the middle before the safety can make a play on the ball. This play makes it seem like Tua just completed a 15-yard pass that every QB should be able to do. But this angle makes it more impressive. The direction that Tua is throwing this pass in is towards two Bills defenders. He also puts it in a spot where Waddle doesn't get blown up and can get yards after the catch. This was later in the drive, and this throw had me amazed at Tua's anticipation. Tua's going to target the dig from the left side of the bunch formation. Look at where the receiver is when Tua starts his windup. This is a pick 6 if the route and ball aren't to perfection. Tua drives his throw into 3 defenders for the touchdown. This throw has incredible anticipation and accuracy. This is what Tua does to overcome his lack of arm strength. One of my knocks on Tua is he lacks consistency when deciding to be aggressive with the football. The Bills pre-snap show blitz and have their corners pressing. Tyreek at the bottom of the screen is going to get chipped and then run his drag. Trent Sherfield is going to have the corner and Gesicki has the 5 and out. Tua sees the pressure and bails from his progression. He rolls out and still does a great job of completing this ball. But if we go back, Tua should have hung in the pocket and hit this corner that got wide open. Mike McDaniel does such a great job of scheming this offense with the pieces that he has. A common play that he likes to run is a play action with Waddle or Tyreek running a deep dig over the middle of the field. The Dolphins go to play action. This freezes the linebackers long enough for the speedster Tyreek to get down the field. Tua is on time with the throw over the middle of the field, and it leads to a big catch and run opportunity. This is the most impressive throw that Tua made in the Bills game. It's a 3rd and 22, so the Bills have a safety 20 yards deep around the first down marker. Tua is going to target the single receiver on the bottom, Jalen Waddle. He's going to be splitting the safeties running a deep post. Again, look at where Waddle is when Tua winds up for this throw. Tua launches this ball 52 yards and hits Waddle in stride for the massive completion. The Ravens are going to give Tua a single high look with the man defender on Tyreek playing back so he doesn't get burned. The Dolphins give a 3-by-1 look and are running a hitch seam concept. It's a 3rd down, so Tua's got to throw this to the sticks. He quickly hits Waddle low on the hitch that ends up being incomplete. If he goes to the 3-high side, he's going to have the seam that frees up after the linebacker tries to jump the hitch. I think that Tua should have went up top and read that linebacker to determine where to put the ball. I think that Tua is a very intelligent quarterback overall. This game he torched linebacker Patrick Queen, throwing at him all game long. The Dolphins face another 3rd down here. They motion into bunch on the top of the screen. Tua again on this play shows his next level anticipation. Gesicki is 3 yards to the right of Patrick Queen when he winds up to throw this ball. Tua throws this low and away for Gesicki to reel it in without taking a huge hit. I would be lying to you if I didn't say that Tua lacking arm strength tends to hurt him at times. On this play, the Dolphins are running a play action. Tua is targeting the hitch by Waddle on the bottom of the screen. Tua is a tad bit late with this throw, and it allows the corner to blow up Waddle and make a play on this ball. Later in the game, Tua is late to get the ball out, and it allows the safety to make a break on the football, causing it to be tipped in the air for a pick. Almost every time I watch Tua be aggressive with the football, it results in a positive play for the Dolphins. From the inside out, Waddle's going to be running a seam with a Tyreek dig behind him, followed by a pivot from the outside receiver. Tua waits for Waddle to clear and hits Tyreek right out of his break. This throw is so precise, right outside the linebacker Patrick Queen's hand. This play was flat out incredible from Tua and Gesicki. The Ravens seem to be running a too high with a bracket on Tyreek from the deep middle defender. Tyreek and Waddle, being the game wreckers that they are, automatically draw so much attention from defenses. When the ball is snapped, you nearly have half of the defense keying in on these guys. This allows for big plays from guys like Gesicki. On this play, he's running a deep dig in the back of the end zone. Tua throws this ball high and away from the safety where only his man can make a play. And wow, what a throw and catch from the pair. One of Tua's best qualities is his timing. There are times when going over the film, like I pointed out earlier, where I think he can utilize his next level timing to pick apart defenses. The Mike McDaniel scheme is always going to have crossers over the middle that put linebackers in a bind. Pre-snap on this play, the Ravens show a cover zero. On third down, Tua doesn't make the wrong read on this throw, but the ball comes out late and inaccurate. I would have liked to see Tua hit Tyreek right as he gets even with the Ravens DB. Tyreek is so speedy that it could have been a walk-in touchdown for him. It's not like Tua is afraid to throw at these linebackers or when his receivers come out of their breaks. In the second half, especially down 21, he was forced to push the ball down the field and make some impressive throws. On this play, he throws right at Patrick Queen and slows down Waddle to avoid the big hit. Now that Tua and the Dolphins sit at 3-0, critics are crediting the success to the dynamic weapons and the brilliance of Mike McDaniel. A common trend among NFL fans is to hate on quarterbacks who aren't 6'5" and can throw 70-yard bombs. For example, everybody called Lamar Jackson a running back his rookie season. He then proceeded to become the youngest player to win the MVP. After the injury last season, the critics returned. While chasing his contract extension, he's looked like a top 5 QB in the NFL. Another example is Jalen Hurts. Coming into the season, a lot of people saw the Eagles top to bottom as one of the best rosters in football, but the only question mark was with their quarterback. He has the Eagles at 3-0 and himself in the thick of the early MVP conversation. Then they began to hate on Tua for being undersized and lacking arm strength. The Dolphins this offseason dropped a bag on Tyreek, giving Tua some of the best weapons in the NFL. They also got Mike McDaniel from the Kyle Shanahan tree, and he has been nothing short of incredible as a head coach. Don't get me wrong, Tua and the Dolphins are off to a great start this season, but I'm not ready to overreact and call Tua a future top 10 QB in the NFL. But if he can continue to improve week in and week out, nobody should be surprised if he makes it. I think the Dolphins will continue to win throughout the middle of their schedule, but towards the end of their season, their schedule gets a lot tougher. I have the Dolphins finishing 11-6, barely losing the division to the Bills. I'm Caden Kubler, and that's my take.